The parable of the prodigal son, biblical story told by Jesus in the Gospel of Luke, Luke 15 verses 11 to 32. A wealthy man had two sons. The younger son, often referred to as the prodigal son, approached his father and demanded his share of the inheritance. The father, though saddened by his son's request, divided his wealth between the two sons. The younger son took his inheritance and traveled to a distant country, where he squandered his wealth on reckless living. He spent his days partying, drinking, and indulging in lavish expenses, leaving him with nothing but debt and regrets. As time passed, a severe famine struck the land, and the prodigal's son found himself struggling to survive. He was forced to take a job feeding pigs, a task considered beneath him. His hunger was so intense that he was tempted to eat the pigs' food. In his darkest moment, the prodigal's son realized his mistakes and decided to return to his father's house. He rehearsed a speech, planning to ask his father to hire him as a servant, hoping to earn a living and make amends. As the prodigal's son approached his father's house, his father saw him from a distance and ran to greet him. Overcome with compassion, the father embraced his son, kissed him, and welcomed him back home. The son attempted to deliver his rehearsed speech, but the father interrupted him, ordering his servants to bring the best robe, a ring, and shoes for his son. The father then called for a grand celebration, slaughtering the fattened calf, a prized possession, to mark his son's return. The father's joy and love for his son were palpable, and the entire household rejoiced at the prodigal son's homecoming. Meanwhile, the older son, who had remained faithful and hardworking, grew angry and resentful when he learned about the celebration. He felt that his father's forgiveness and generosity towards his brother were unfair, especially since he had always been loyal and obedient. The father, sensing his older son's discontent, went out to reassure him. He explained that everything he had was his son's, and that the celebration was necessary to mark the return of his lost brother. The father emphasized that his love and forgiveness were not limited, and that he was overjoyed to have his son back home. The parable of the prodigal son teaches us about the boundless love and mercy of God. Just as the father in the story welcomed his wayward son with open arms, God welcomes us back with forgiveness and love when we return to Him. The parable also highlights the importance of forgiveness, compassion, and humility. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more Bible study, compassion, and humility. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more Bible study.